Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to check out another beer. Tonight I'm taking a look at one from Braxton Brewing, and it is actually a collaboration with Sweetwater Brewing out of Atlanta, Georgia, and this is part of their Neighbor series. This is the first one in the series from Braxton Brewing. It is moving to the country. It is a peach pale ale, and this comes in at 5% ABV, 40 IBU. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Both breweries pretty decent. Braxton here does a lot of good stuff on the beer front. They've really come up quickly. And as far as Sweetwater, they've been a little hit and miss for me, but overall, I think they pretty much put out some pretty decent beers. One thing I'll say about the can here, and if you can notice that on there, I'm not really big on some of the peach writing on the peach label type thing. You know, as you're trying to look in and see what kind of can this may be, don't think it looks as aesthetically pleasing. But, you know, they did what they did on the backside. They also have some other stuff, but it's like a smaller print there with the gray onto the white. And you really have to stare at it to try to figure out all that's being said. So my one knock on anything as far as how the design of it would be might be to have those things stand out a little bit more so that you can really catch them at first glance and not have to really sit there and stare at them. Pick this one up, as you can see there, $1.75 a can. Just got the single. Let's get it open and get it into a glass and see what it has to offer. Going to put the can here so you can keep that in view. And there's the beer itself. Has a nice golden color to it, almost like a golden orange. You do have a little bit of a murkiness there, not really seeing through the beer, as you can see here. The head itself came out pretty much just a finger of head that sits barely off-white. Has a little bit of rockiness to it, but it is struggling to hold that head in there. Not sure how much it'll actually lace the glass as it goes down. I would say at first glance, looking at this beer, it has almost a view of some of the hazier IPAs you're seeing out there now. But again, this is more of a pale ale. Should be a little bit more balanced as far as the malts and the hops. The aroma, I do get a nice peach aroma coming out, but I am getting some of that pininess from the hops as well. I'm also getting like a fruity, tropical type feel from the hops. Your pineapple, your mango, kind of like an orange and papaya in there as well. You know, a nice little tropical citrus type feel as far as the taste. Does have a nice juiciness to it. So it does kind of go that route of a juicier type pale ale. Do get that peach sensation in the taste. Has a good amount of bitterness. I mean, you do feel that 40 IBU. You do get some of that throat scraping as it does go down. You are feeling it on the initial as well as the finish. You get that nice sting to the tip of the tongue. Carbonation, definitely lively. I do feel some of that pumping kind of in the chest as it goes down. A little bit of an astringency in there, a little bit of a tartness in there. Not much with the cheek tingling action. Not as much for a mouthfeel. You are getting a duration of the flavor after the swallow. I can still feel the flavors kicking around kind of in that throat area. Not really getting much more. Like I said, the big thing right now I'm feeling is more of that aftertaste, some of that astringency in there. A little bit of a metallic taste from the can on the back end. One thing I like about it being the 5% ABV is that it's not too thin. I'm not getting much thinness here, which is nice. But you get a nice little pleasant, refreshing type feel. It's not one that's really knocking me back with this beer, but I do like the juicy effect with it, and not too bad as far as what you're getting for a little bit of that refreshing quality. A slight bit of a dankness in the back end as well on the back end of the taste. But all in all, not a bad tasting beer. Again, this is Braxton moving to the country. Peach ale, peach pale ale. Not as peachy as I thought it was, which is great because I didn't want really something overly peachy where it get too sweet. You're not really getting that with this one. So it does stick very nicely. Definitely one worth checking out if you like that peach type flavor. You're going to get a little bit of that in here, obviously, but you're also going to get some of that characteristic you expect to get from a pale ale. A nice one indeed. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. I look forward to catching up with you guys next time. As always, keep drinking those good craft beers, and remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.